Hi everyone, and this is my second video in my YouTube channel. And in this video, I want to talk about figures, how they move, how each figure move on a chessboard. So let's start. So this is pawn. Pawn has 1 point in the game, like I said before. Pawn has 1 point in the game, and it can move one square, only one square. But if it is standing in a starting position like this starting position, you should learn this. And if pawn is standing in a starting position like this, you have choice either to move it to 2 squares forward, or you can move it 1 square forward. But after moving it from this line, you cannot move it 2 squares anymore. You could only move it 1 square. So let me explain this. So if your pawn is standing in the first line, um, this line, and you have choice to move it either 2 square forward or 1 square forward. Let's say that you moved it 1 square forward. After that, you cannot move it 2 square forward. You cannot do it. Only one square, only 1 square. I think it's understandable. And after you move it, you can only move it 1 square forward. Now I want to explain how pawn can eat other figures. So let's say that your pawn is standing here and opponent's pawn is standing here. You cannot eat it. You cannot eat this pawn. You cannot pass it. You cannot do anything. It will just be like this. But if opponent's pawn is standing here, you can eat it like this. So, but let's say that opponent pawn is standing here and another pawn is standing here. You can eat it like this. You can eat it like this, but not like this. But not like this. You cannot eat it. So, so pawn can eat opponent figures if near that are near. Sorry, that are near it. For example, let's say that it's pawn. Our pawn is standing here. We have, let's take as an example, knight and another pawn, for example. And you can here eat it easily. You can eat it here. But if, for example, it's standing here and it's standing here, you cannot eat it like this, because pawn can eat only if figure is standing here or here. So you cannot eat it, but you can eat this. Or for example, let's say that this standing here, you cannot do anything with this pawn because they are not standing either here or here. So I think that it's understandable for a pawn. Let's move for knight. Knight has 3 points in the game, as I mentioned before in my previous video. So knight can go like a pistol. Let me explain. It can go like this, like a pistol. 1, 2, either left or right. Okay, 1, 2, one left or one right. So let's say it can move here, or it can move here, or again 1, 2 down and one left or one right. So it can move here, or let me say like a pistol again. 1 up, 1, 2, or 1 down, 1, 2, 1 down, 2 right, 1 up, 2 right. So let's say that it's like this. Knight can eat all of the figures that I put right now. Look, this knight can eat all of the figures that are standing here. For example, it can eat here because it's like a pistol. 1, 2 up, 1 right. Or it can eat this figure as well. 2 up, 1 left. Or it can eat this figure. 1 up, 2 left. Or 1 down, 2 left. Or or it can be like this: 1 up, 2 right, or 1 2 down, one left, or 2 down, 1 right, or 1 down, 2 right. So it's very easy, like it moves with a like pistol. Here it's like this pistol form, then pistol form again. So it's easy to get it. So this is how knight moves. Then let's come bishop. Bishop has as well 3 points in the game. Bishops, there are 2 bishops in your starting position like this, here and here. So, but there's one thing. There are 2 bishops, a white bishop and 2 black bishops. But one bishop controls white line. How do you see? And another bishop controls black line. So let's do like this. Let me explain this. So in starting position, your bishops will be like this. So one of them, white bishop, will one of these bishops will control white line like this. So it can move along here. It can move here, or it can move here. It can move here, 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 or it can move here, here. And it can beat any figure that is standing in this line. Then let me say about black line. So this bishop that controls black line, this is the same thing as white line. It can come here, 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 here. It can come everywhere everywhere in his line, or it can come here, here. It's his line as well, and it's line as well. So let's say that opponents, for example, knight, it can be any figure, knight, or for example, let's say that broke, or let's say that pawn or queen, for example. How do you see? You can, if it's like this, for example, your bishops that look for black line can eat this or this. For let's look, 1, 2. How do you see this bishop controls the black line, and opponent's broke is standing on your line, so you can easily eat it like this because it's standing in your line and you can eat it. Or for example, or you can eat it as well because it's standing in your line. Or so for example, but it will be better to eat broke, because broke has 5 points, but a knight has 3 points. So you eat this, for example, you eat this. So this is how black line is controlled. Now let's talk about white bishop that controls white line. So this bishop can eat this pawn or this queen, because opponent's figure, opponent's pawn, and opponent's queen are standing in your in your bishop's line. Look, this is your bishop's line, white line, and pawn is standing here, so you can easily eat it like this. You can easily eat it, or you can eat, in this situation, queen, because again it's standing in your line. Opponent's figure, opponent's queen is standing in your line. But again, it will be better if you eat queen again, because queen has 9 points in the game, but pawn has only 1 point in the game. So this is how bishop moves. Then let's talk about broke. Broke has 5 points in the game. It moves vertically and horizontally in the chessboard. So if broke is standing here, but in starting position, it will stand here and here. In this situation, broke can move like this or like this. So it doesn't matter, it can move like this or like this, horizontally or vertically, like this or like this. For example, if it is standing here, it can move here in this line, horizontally, and vertically. So and this And this Brock moves the same, like this, vertically and horizontally. Now let's say that your Brock is standing here and opponent figure standing here. So you can eat it. You can easily eat it because it's standing in vertical line, vertical axis. So let's say that if it's here, you can eat it. Or if it's standing here, you can eat it as well. So again, let me say one example as well. If standing here, you can eat it. And if standing here, for example, you can eat it as well. So Brock moves vertically like this and horizontally. After that comes Queen. Queen is strongest figure in chessboard. It has 9 points and it can move like all of the figures except for knight. Let me explain. So Queen can move like pawn. It can move like this, or it can move like this. It can eat other figure like this, or pawn. After that comes bishop. Queen can move like bishop as well. Like its line. Queen's line is this and this. It can move along like this, or like this, or along all of the squares in a line. Or after that comes Brock. It can move like Brock as well, vertically, horizontally, like this, vertically and horizontally as well. So you have choice. You can move it either like Brock, you can move it like horizontally, vertically, or in your line like bishop. You can move it like bishop in your line, or you can move it like pawn. Doesn't matter. Like this. And for example, if opponent figure is standing here, and for example here, or here, or let's say that here, you can eat all of them, like bishop, like a pawn, like a Brock, and like a Brock as well. You can eat all of them. So after that, and one more thing, that Queen can move like king as well. The only thing is that Queen cannot move like knight. After that comes King. King has no point in the game. It's one of them. It is most important figure in the game, and it can move only one square, only and only one square. So like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, like this, like this, or here. It can move only one square, remember this. So here, for example, let's say that opponent, there's opponent king, and opponent knight is standing here. You can eat it easily. You can eat it. If it's standing here or here, you can eat it. But for example, if opponent knight is standing here, you cannot only move towards it. You can move towards it, but it will move its knight, of course. So king can go only one square. And I explained all of them, all of the figures. Now I just want to mention one thing, that its starting position. I talked about all of the figures, how they move, and now let's do like this. Here, I want you to reflect what you have learned on this game, on the starting position. So this starting position, you are white, and you can play like this or like this. This is a common figure that everyone plays. E4, they play E4 mostly. Everyone plays mostly E4. Or after that, you can move your knight here, or you can move your knight here. Let's take an example that you move your knight here. After that, you can move your bishop here. You can go your pawn forward. After that, you can move your bishop here because it's in its line. After that, you can get out your knight here. You can, after that, you can do like rook. After that, you can rook. It's doing like this. Let me say it one more time. So your king comes here, and your rook comes here. So this called rook again. So you can move it here. Queen, you can move your queen here, or you can move your pawn here to defend from this bishop afterwards. After that, you can come your pawn here, here, or here, for example, and make other difficulties for the opponent. After that, you can do attack as well. You can go forward. You can put your knight here, put your queen here, attack it, and so on. So this is how each figure moves. So this starting position, you should learn this. And that's all for now. This is the end of the video. This was my second video. So I hope that you liked it and learned something from this video. Have a nice day. Bye.